Hey y'all, Chris with a K here to talk to you about my top 10 favorite movies of 2024. As I was making this list, I thought to myself, God, this is so boring, because really only 10 movies have come out the whole fucking year. So I decided to do something different, and I'm going to be including any movie that I've seen in 2024 for the first time, regardless of whatever year they originally came out in. I just didn't want to be another person to be like, oh yeah, Dune 2, oh yeah, Deadpool 3. I wanted to have more fun, and I hope you'll have fun with me. So let's get started. Coming in at number 10, Dune 2 and Deadpool 3. No, I'm just joking. Number 10, Sonic 3. I'm not joking. I unabashedly love Sonic, and I have seen every single movie. I even watched the Knuckles show on Paramount Plus. I am a huge Sonic fan. It's so wholesome and cute and stupid, and Ben Schwartz is great in the role. Idris Elba is great as Knuckles. Jim Carrey I've actually been having a really great time with. I love the relationship with Jim Carrey and the little twink that loves him. You know, I really relate to this twink, and not that I'm a twink myself, it's just really a wonderful time. And I know it's not cinema, and I don't give a fuck, I love them. So Sonic 3 is number 10. Sorry, gotta go fast. At number 9 is our first non-2024 film, P.T. Anderson's Punch Drunk Love. I'm as surprised to see a P.T. Anderson movie on this list as you are. But when I was making this list, I couldn't get this particular moment out of my head. And I was like, oh, it's gotta be in there. It's funny, it's cute, it's wholesome, it's a little annoying. But you know, most P.T. Anderson movies are a little annoying. The color palette of this film is really beautiful. I love the consistent blues. It reminded me how much I really enjoy Adam Sandler in a dramatic role, thinking Uncut Gems as an example. But what I loved most about it was the unconventional romance. That really just kind of made me go, aww. I really enjoyed it. And the more I think about it, I'm just like, God, that was such a really good movie. Number 8, Nosferatu. Recency bias? Maybe. That's why I decided to put it so low on the list, because I just wasn't sure. But I do think Nosferatu is the best technically well-made horror film of 2024. So I had to include it. Also, it's a great vampire flick. I mean, come on. If you want to know what I really thought about the film and more in depth about what I thought about Nosferatu, check out my review. It's somewhere over here. I haven't figured out yet where the buttons go. But it's somewhere on the screen, maybe. Check it out. Number 7, Anora. This Mikey Madison vehicle is a romp. Mikey Madison is an absolute star. You're captivated by watching her the entire time. Mikey Madison can carry the film all on her own, but she doesn't need to because she's surrounded by an extremely likable cast. Sean Baker has a really great way of being able to just kind of like put you into the world of sex workers, but not in a way that's objectifying, but in a way that's humanizing. I really enjoy Sean Baker's work, and Mikey Madison killed it. The entire cast was great. The costume design was really wonderful. It's hilarious, it's campy, it's stupid, but it's also really dramatic at a lot of points. It was a really great film, and I think definitely a huge highlight of 2024. Number 6, Challengers. Challengers is sexy, it's queer, it's stylish. The music alone is what made me place it above Anora on this list, because the Trent Reznor and Atticus Finch? Oh my god, I hope that's right. Really wonderful, like, my goodness. This is Luca Guadagnino's best film of the year for sure, because he came out with Queer, and I thought that was fine. I liked it. It was very beautiful. Side note about Queer, just absolutely gorgeous. There was a lot of moments with Daniel Craig's character that I really related to, in a way that kind of was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die alone. But, you know, that's all right. It's okay. It was still also just like a pretty well-made film, but I really enjoyed Challengers a lot. I think it's definitely one of the most stylish films of the year, and it also it was another cultural moment of the year that you can't deny. Everything that I said in my review of it, I stand by. Number 5, In a Violent Nature. A cabin in the woods slasher told through the perspective of the killer. I think this is something that's fairly fresh. I mean, normally when you're seeing a slasher films, there are always those POV shots where you're like chasing down the victim like through the eyes of the stalker. But for this, you got it in an entire movie. The usual campfire conversation that you have with the group of campgoers that you always get in every Friday the 13th movie. But instead of being there for the entire thing, we're just seeing whispers of it. We're just seeing moments of it. There's subtle moments of like character progression, story arc that are just told in like a line here or there that the killer hears. I really enjoyed it. It was very clever. Some really great disgusting kills that I'm still kind of like thinking about, that I'm like, oh, that was great. And it also helps to watch it with like a really great audience. I watched it in a little independent theater in Portland with someone who means the world to me. This film is something really special to me, and really enjoyed it, and definitely one of my best movie-going experiences of 2024. And also the closest that we're gonna get to a Friday the 13th movie for a while. Coming in at number 4, another non-2024 film, Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke I watched during the Ghibli, you know, sometimes Ghibli will just release its movies in theaters. I think it does it every year, I'm not sure. I hope it does, because I want to see a few more this year. I'm slowly going through my catalog of Ghibli films. I haven't seen them all. Princess Mononoke is gorgeous, stunning. From the moment it begins, I was taken aback by just how absolutely gorgeous and stunning. Of course, like the artistry of the film itself, the animation and all that, but just like the images that they made, you know, like regardless of whether or not it was animated, the picture itself was stunning, and it's gorgeous throughout. It's got themes of anti-capitalism in there. It's got themes of environmentalism in there. It's also very engaging, very exciting. It's Miyazaki's war epic, and it's so grand. And the villain, oh, the villain is so chic. Oh, I love the villain in this movie too. Well, there's multiple villains, but like, you know which one I'm talking about. She's inspiring. I'm almost at a loss for words. It really is honestly like one of the best films I have seen all year, but also I would argue one of the best animated films ever made as well. Princess Mononoke is up there. Really wonderful stuff. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. And if you can see it in theaters, you should definitely see it in theaters, because it is like meant for the big screen. It is just so grand and beautiful and epic. At number 3, Wicked. Okay, I know I talked about my list not being basic and repetitive and just like everyone else's, but Wicked it is one of the best movies of the year. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana are both wonderful in their roles. The entire ensemble cast is great. For me, the highlight of Wicked, costume design, number 1. Production design, number 2, choreography, the spectacle of everything. Like, it was really just a fun time and also emotional. Like, people were crying. I did cry. I cried at one point. Do you want to take a guess as to what point I cried? Let me know your guess in the comments below of when you think I cried during Wicked. When did you cry during Wicked? Also let me know in the comments. All of the memes aside, the film is just a very well-made musical. It harkens back to that classic era of big, blockbuster, grand musicals. I mean, come now. Taking the runner-up spot, another non-2024 film, John Waters' Polyester.
You dance lewdly for the boys at lunch period?
For a quarter, I will.
Stop that.
John Waters' take on the melodrama is a fun time. Anything and everything that John Waters has done, I am a huge fan of it. But this is my first time watching Polyester, which is his take of a melodrama. The main character, played by Divine, of course, being just kind of this like helpless, mournful, sorrowful housewife who's just getting it from all ends. It is a hilarious, hilarious movie, and they also have this gimmick to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Odorama. Huh?
The character has this ability to kind of like sniff things out. Divine's just going around going. What they include in the Criterion version of the film is they include this Odorama scratch and sniff little thing. So they put a number on the screen for you to scratch whatever the number is, so that way you can smell whatever Divine is smelling in the movie. I mean, you know? I think this is probably one of my favorite John Waters films. Serial Momful, I think probably might be my favorite one.
Didn't your mother ever tell you?
If you're like ever in the mood for like something that's like stupid and silly and campy and like makes fun of like the melodrama genre, which in itself also is silly and stupid and campy, but kind of takes itself a little more seriously, John Waters is never afraid to go into the ridiculous. And there's always a little touch of subtle commentary here and there, but really when you're watching a John Waters film, you're in for a romp.
You're so cute when you get tipsy.
Oh, Cuddles, I am an alcoholic.
Well, you should get out more then, honey, and forget your silly-nilly problem.
And now for an honorable mention, I did want to discuss one TV show in 2024, The Traitors.
You're a traitor.
You're a traitor.
You're a traitor, bitch.
Please.
You're the biggest traitor
Whatever,
here.
okay.
So off.
Woo.
The first season was great and fun as well.
I would have picked that outfit, so I don't think I trust your judgment completely.
It was made of like half a cast of reality TV stars and half a cast of normal civilians who had never been on reality TV before. But in the first season, all of like the civilians were just being big crybabies. So in season 2, they made it fully an entire cast of all reality TV stars. This is a murder mystery competition reality show. So everyone there is given a role of whether they're a killer or not a killer, and the competitors have to suss out who the killer is before they themselves get murdered in the next round.
Parvati could well be a Duchess of Deception and a Mistress of Murder.
And what I really loved about season 2 is the housewives were running away with it.
So if there was really a mastermind, it sure wouldn't be a dolled up housewife, baby. That would not be it.
The housewives are what make the TV show so really wonderful and fun to watch. Phaedra, for example, in season 2, anytime anybody came for her or her allies, she would eat them up. No problem.
I do too much because you do too little.
No questions asked.
So don't do the housewives thing, honey. Don't do that, Parvati.
No hesitation. And if Phaedra had just implemented a little bit more strategy into her gameplay, I think honestly she could have taken it home. I really do.
This is not The Bachelor. And I don't have to kiss your ass for a rose.
And finally, the #1 spot, the best movie of 2024 is...
Control yourself!
Of course it's The Substance. The Substance is undeniably the best movie of 2024. It's disgusting, it's hilarious, it's beautifully shot. Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley are just wonderful in it. They go all out. Again, another movie that benefits from watching with a really great audience because you all get to kind of enjoy the experience together because it's absurd. It's just absurd, but it's also so fucking great. It's on every single level. Directing, the production design, the cinematography, the writing, it hits. It's a perfect 10. No doubt in my mind, The Substance takes it home as the #1 movie of 2024 for me, for sure. But enough about my opinions. What are your opinions? I'd love to know what you think is your favorite movies of 2024. And honestly, don't be afraid to include movies that didn't come out in 2024. I find it more exciting, and it's also, tells the movies moving forward, if you want to make my list, you're gonna have to work for it, If you could leave a like on your way out, I'd really appreciate it. But even still, thank you so much for watching, and hope this new year is prosperous and healthy and one filled with great times and great movies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.